Greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I thought I'd come briefly to say hello, wish you a good day, to continue a bit to speak about this ascension process, to this self-empowerment. We're moving toward far more self-empowerment this Uranus, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Sun, and Moon square, triangle, this triangle, which is empowering all those planets to create unexpected good fortune. And I wanted to come back to the idea that sometimes we are not able to fully feel what we really want, to feel that we are okay, we are fully in the presence of that which we desire. For when we are fully in the presence of that which we desire, it fully manifests, and then it's there, and then there is new desires that are being created. So the idea is to live in the suburb of it as much as possible. If we cannot fully feel, it's just to find a place, a mental situation, or a place, a psychological stand that will keep, where we are able to stay close, in touch to that which we desire, so that we can feel it, even though we're not fully there yet. And we can envision like a paradisical life. If we envision the life that is paradisical, then it includes all that is good for us. There is nothing better than that. And so to envision that, and the idea for paradise, there is God, for those who are. So when you do not know, you think of your Creator, you think of your source, and that brings you closer to that which you desire, because God knows that you have this body of desire and you wish to create that desire. So to think about God realigns this potential. And so to live as much as possible in the suburbs, where if you can move into it and fully enjoy that already, then be in the energetics and just let it flow to you. But if sometimes it's better to be in the vicinity of it than to move into the opposite side of it. So it's about training our thoughts, training our mind. I hope this makes sense to you. I hope you will be able to practice that. We have to let go mostly on every level, whether it's political, or to let go of all division, all separation. We have to reach on the other side of the aisle to find to have a compassionate understanding for those who hold opposing beliefs, to listen to have a compassionate ear to what they have to say, to find a consensus, to federate, to find a way where it can be a win-win situation. And to accept those who are different than us, to find this common good, as Descartes used to say. There was I think it was Descartes. There was we have, or even Immanuel Kant, who was an 18th century philosopher, who already envisioned this possibility of world peace, of common ground, because no matter what it is in the political situation, there are those who are greedy for power and self-aggrandizement, but there is a lot of people that are just the idea of serving their collective, serving the highest good. They just got very, very different ways, the beliefs on how to do that, and that's how they're opposing themselves. But there is this middle ground where we're going to be able to find this solution. The solution will be found by letting go of our belief in order to align with the wisdom that will come from the heart. And so it is important to also this idea of leadership. Every light worker we have to become leaders. Not that, hey, it's me. I want to be the boss. I want to lead. It's not the idea. It's just to prepare yourself for guiding those who will need your guidance. And eventually, every children will have to be taught in the art of leadership, the collective responsibility of finding the peace. For there is it is important not to allow ourselves to be disturbed by those whose mission is to bring chaos into the world. There is two choices: those who want peace and those who want chaos. Those who want peace will move into the light. Those who want chaos will move into the darkness, and it will continue. Not everybody will pass through the portal of ascension. Some of them will be going into will be rejected by the law and will fall into a lower timeline. It's part of the process. Just send them love and light and let them go. It is their choice. But to choose peace, to choose harmony, it's essential. And to send love to everyone in any event, for that gives them more chances to change their mind and move back into this shifting of choosing peace rather than chaos. For new technologies will soon come to assist the planet with the cleansing. So it's important to understand that when it's the time. And what we had to forget our own divinity, to forget who we were, in order to integrate that matrix, in order to serve humanity and serve the planet in its process of liberation. And now it is the time to remember to remember this who you are, to remember this divinity that you are connected to, that you are part of, that you are one with. For I repeat yourself, I am peace, I am love, I am peace, I am love, I am. That if you repeat that to yourself all day, at the end of the day, you will be peace, you will be love, you will be. And of course, it's a mental training, but so we want I wanted to say that because we have to, as light workers, we want to break free of the boxes. And it's always been the case when Joshua, Jesus, was in his historical incarnation. He had to break free of the ground. He had to oppose, contradict, fight against the power of that bead, the power of the rabbis, because he had to bring a higher truth. And it's the same thing with the Lord Buddha. He had to fight against the Brahman, those who were holding the truth in relationship to the Hinduist religion, but they all discover it is by breaking free of the box, breaking free of what is acceptable to believe, that we can find this higher truth, to be yourself. And there is nothing to fear from yourself or from God. All these ideas of we have to fear God is because men were animals at the time, and there was no way in order to keep them in check so they wouldn't do evil things or dark things. God would say, you better fear me, because if you will have to face me. And so but in essence, God is love, God is true, God is beautiful, and it is your true nature. And so there is no need to fear just be like a child and learn and grow every day. Sometimes I do have to check with my spirit, not in terms of what I have to do or in relation to my general life, but certain things someday I have to check, is that okay today? Because from one day to the next, on small things even, I like to be in full alignment. And like this morning, a spirit telling me, well, it's okay to drink coffee today, when usually I've been moved out of coffee to drink tea. Why? It's just a simple. So simple is because, well, that's a very small thing, but it can be true for other things as well, is because coffee is a mental stimuli. It's adrenaline, and it accelerates the mental process. So we think well when we drink coffee. It helps us to think well. But my point is to find an inner stillness and peace. So I want to slow down my mental process. So by drinking, I used to drink a lot of coffee every day, it was creating this excitement inside of me that I did not need in order to achieve my goals. So it's all the temporary thing. I had to move back to drink coffee only once a week and drinking tea the rest of the time, which makes my mind more quiet, more peaceful. And so imagine also, that you can have this vision, you project yourself in orbit, or you can stay here on the Earth, and you imagine that there is a big cloud of light, this field of light that surrounds the Earth, and there is this divine light that is pouring down rain on the whole planet, and this rain that brings peace to all the people that are in all the nature, all the animals, all the trees, and it brings the harmony back. So you can visualize this shower of light, this shower of love that comes from the sky. Those are very powerful meditations. And so I have this project coming in, and as I know it's gonna, Spirit is telling me it's all in a very, very smooth, very gracefully, very easily. It's like no rush. I'm a bit late on my program, so I'm gonna want to move forward. But as soon as the door opens, it's gonna be very important for me to move, but to be very soft and to be very settled. To move, for we are moving towards the settled plane. We want to be settled. We want to be in the receptive unfoldment of that which is as much as possible, rather than to be in the agitation of the chaos of the world. So bring yourself into the state of peace. I am peace. I am love. I am. Just continue to repeat that to yourself and choose peace, inner peace. That's the only way we're going to change the world, is to find this inner peace, and not judging yourself when there is still struggle. Just breathe it out, to utilize this violet fire or purification energy, whatever techniques you can bring into to bring yourself back to the state of peace and tranquility, do meditation. The paintings behind me, I'm going to put a few cards first. The highest wisdom for us today is a new angle. It's the Archangel Samuel. A better way of doing things, time of the reflection. Dare to be different. So it's about being different. Different from the mold that society wants to put in, but also different from our past. If we can choose a different way, there is a different, new choice will create new effect. What we need to understand is divine conduct, the Archangel Sandalphon. Looking for meaning to your life. Envision a different approach. Surround yourself with friends or masters that are demonstrating great wisdom. So surround yourself with those who are wise as much as possible so you can draw benefits from this wisdom. What we need to do is the two of Ariel. You must find a balance. Looking for more than running after more than one project at a time. Making all work more enjoyable. So here is like, typically this card means it's a card of luck as well. There is a sense of luck, lucky break in the two of coins. But here she's like, it's a very strange position. It's like she's looking at him and he's like standing on one hand and holding all this balance and all those things. So it is about finding the balance, being able to balance things out. And the outcome is the Seven of Ariel. It says, you have done good investments, be patient. We always harvest the fruits of our labor. Utilize every experience to create new projects. So utilize the present, whatever comes up in the present, to milk whatever's to add to your vision, to add to your. For life is always enriching our vision, enriching and to stay very much in the vicinity of that which is wanted as much as possible, not to flip to the other side, and to go into the worries and negative projection. So even if it's not totally positive, at least stay in the vicinity of it where the possibility is always there and move ever closer to that. That's just psychological advices. The paintings behind me, this is part of a portrait. It's a self-portrait with a crown, but his eyes are kind of sad. I was like a bit depressed when I did this painting. It's still a really good painting, and I thought I might just live up a little bit the eyes. But then again, the painting is so nice and it works so well. I'm gonna keep it just as it is because it really works really well for me as far as. And this painting is from 2014, I think it was, or maybe before that, maybe it was earlier. I'm not even sure. I didn't date it. But originally it was an interior, and then there was all this flesh coming in, this like skin that was like coming. And originally I wanted to make it like just a background, so I could bring planets, so I could bring a scene on top of it. But then I didn't do it, and the more I look at it, the more I feel like it's just there's nothing needs to be added. It's like an expressionist painting. It works so well. It's like the more you look at it, the more things you discover. And so right now it does not have a title. Maybe someday it will have a title. But I think it's like I cannot touch it anymore. It would be like I don't know. I would feel strange when you painting. Sometimes it takes it's like if it's been too long in any one state, if it's harmonized, then after that it's very delicate to go back on old works. Although sometimes it can be done. I'm gonna pull one more card at the end. I'm gonna sing a song. I was gonna sing another song, but I didn't have time to write down the words of the song. So I'm gonna sing this song. It's a short version of this energy we want to integrate within ourselves, called Amazing Grace. We will always return to grace, to understand that we want our abundance, our prosperity to be eternally sustained by divine grace, so we can let go of the worry and trust. It's like this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you very much. Beautiful song, the John Newton. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. I know that very soon there's going to be some amazing shifts that are going to be coming. I'm going to be able to take those videos on the road to travel and show all kinds of other things, different aspects of life. For now, I'm continuing this on this model, but I'm going to pull one more card. Is Atlantis. There's this memory of Atlantis, this beautiful energy of Atlantis. We want to heal. We can accept the fact that we are healed from the old, that the destruction of Atlantis, and memorize. Go back to the memory of that beautiful, amazing civilization where everything was like integrated. Given we were like integrated as divine beings. We could live eternally or thousands of years in a physical body. We were connected to all the galactic, the inner planes, the inner earth. It was a constant education, learning and knowledge, and travel was easy. We had teleportation platforms. There was all kinds of things. All those memories of Atlantis. So we want to remember all those energy and allow that to come back to the surface. Well, thank you very much. I hope you find this message interesting, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.